How's Jake and Sonny looking ahead of tomorrow night?
Yeah, looking well, trained well, ready to go. They're focused and yeah.
Both will play then, or they're both 100% fit and ready to play then?
Yeah, they're both ready to play.
How key is that, especially Jake, I guess, out of dummy half as a member of his spine?
Yeah, it's always key when you have senior players ready, combinations that you've had for a long time ready. You can't rely on it, but you've got to go out there and reproduce it again. But it's you want those players available.
I guess when you look defensively over the past few weeks, and I'm not saying that hooker was an issue, but just in general, a guy like Jake coming into your team who's so tough defensively, that's probably where it's most important.
Yeah, there's a few different things. There's the leadership. There's the obviously the consistency of combinations there throughout the spine, and then there's the absolute selfless work that he does for others. So yeah, looking forward to getting him out there.
Just dialed into a press conference.
Well, Robbo, do you have a plan? Do you think with Sonny, I know you upped his numbers a lot before he got hurt there. Like, does that affect how many minutes he might play now?
Yeah, we've got our plan, Jake. We know how we're going to use him. I won't go into that, but very clear on how we want to play, and that allows players to prepare during the week and know their role for the weekend.
Trent, how have the guys responded during the week? What sort of attitude you've been on training part during the week, and how they put that loss of dependence behind them as quickly as possible?
Yeah, so there's obviously different parts to that. Really positive around the growth throughout the game and the fight that you want to continue. There's things we wanted to improve on and execute better, both with and without the ball there. So we've worked on that this week. And I guess my role's not to say what's improved. It's for us to prove it tomorrow night, the players to go out there and do it. But strong week, very positive and a lot of belief.
This is a whole new, different challenge for you guys. You've obviously, in previous years, played first week of the finals, gone straight through to the prelim. Have you had to speak to the guys about that during the week? What sort of a new challenge to conquering at the moment?
No, I haven't at all. There's a game at the end of the week. That challenge has been there for a lot of games for guys. So you don't get wrapped up in everything else other than there's a game on Friday. Really simply, that's you can look at it in a different ways, but we've got a game on Friday. We get the opportunity to go out and keep improving for next week, and yeah, we're purely focused on having a great week this week and nailing it. As I said, you know that I don't believe in there's only one way. You've got to execute how your past's going to look in 2020. And we've just moved on to, rightio, let's attack Friday.
Robert, do you think there's a revenge factor for Canberra from last year?
Sorry, say that again?
Do you think there's a revenge factor for Canberra from last year?
That's not for me to comment on.
Well, what do you make of there's criticism of the people that say the Roosters have been up for too long and they're on the other side of the hill now, and that Gus said that this week, that he thinks you guys have kind of don't have another peak performance in you. What do you make of that?
Again, that's opinion. That's why you guys are asking me questions here. There's interest in the game. My focus is on getting the best out of our group, and that's focused on Friday. Our job's not to respond during the week. Our job's to respond on Friday.
What did you make of Kyle last week in his first finals match? And do you sort of want to see him take a bit more control tomorrow night?
Yeah, I think for all of us, we wanted improvement. We talked about that with individuals and everybody. We said, rightio, these are things that we liked about the game and this is what we want to improve on. And there's no difference there with not singling out any player. It was on all of us, coaches and players, I like that, but I want to improve. And the focus is about getting more out of ourselves, everybody, this week, which we're still in the middle of, ready for tomorrow.
And just in general, we saw so many points scored last week. I mean, it was ridiculous. Do you sort of get the feeling this will be a bit like, final series, like, 5-1 with it was just high scoring the whole way through, or do you think that it might clamp down a bit over the next few weeks?
Yeah, interesting. I can't dictate anybody else's performance. Our role is to reduce the points that are scored against us, and we'll focus on that. We'll make sure that we're searching for our best game this year in defence. So there's no difference there, and what that means on the scoreboard is pretty clear. So we want to go after that, and then we want to execute our attack. So, very different week one for many, many years. I don't know what opposition teams are focusing on or what they think they're going to do, but I know what we're focused on.
Robbo, is it too late in the season to sort of tweak your defence massively? Like, obviously you've had a pick up in the past couple of weeks, but surely you just trust on what you've done in the past couple of years, like what you pride yourself on.
Yeah, there's two things there, Alicia. With the question, there's you know who you are and you know what your principles are. They haven't changed. Okay, so you stick by them, and then you don't ever stop searching for improvement each week. You don't just sit on your hands and cross your fingers. You go after better each week. So principles don't change. You keep working on those and what we stand by at the Roosters, and then you search for the improvements within that system every single week. So I guess there's two answers to that question, but that's how we see it.
Robbo, what are your thoughts on Jared's form up front, and just that key sort of match up through the middle, particularly against the Raiders, the Parleys, the big pack as well?
Yeah, it's key. It's I could go through every matchup and say the keys in each position. This is where you want 17 players striving for a performance on the weekend. So there's no difference there. Jared's he's dialed in and focused. As an answer to the same question, he's looking for more out of himself this week. And there's only one way to answer that question, and that's to play and perform.
Obviously, he's a leader and a vocal leader of the pack. Have you seen a leadership from him within the week that will guarantee that there'll be a response?
Yeah, I've seen a leadership from all the group. You don't just look for one, but he leads in a certain way, the way that he trains. But I can talk about it as long as we like. The delivery will be tomorrow night.
Anyone else, guys?
Trent, just quickly, how much did you get out of that last 15 or 20 minutes last week against Penrith? You guys are coming for them. Do the guys sort of take a little bit of that into the week this week and potentially tomorrow night?
Yeah, the belief in our fitness, the belief in our ability to seize moments. So the benefit was that the belief was there right to the end. And we were very confident in going after that, so you want to continue that. There was things that we would have liked to have executed better to get that win, and we've talked about them this week. But yeah, the attitude, the fight is exactly what you want to see, and we want to continue that and improve.